Yeah, great to see everybody. We had a great camp. Before questions, just want to give a couple shout outs. Our equipment staff, absolute rock stars. I mean, we had about 70 something guys out here, and they got the jerseys ready, helmets, all the equipment. Pretty massive undertaking on their part, and pulled it off seamlessly. So we had a good looking crew out there, looking like Seahawks and pro football players, which was pretty cool. And then I'll say the personnel department, the coaches, all the work that goes into finding the right guys to bring out here for this camp. I mean, you go all the way down the line: draft picks, undrafted free agents, tryout guys. We had a heck of a crew out there. Some high-powered stuff going on, coaching-wise. Just really excited about the guys that are going to be joining our team, and the alignment we have, and all the work that goes into it, because it's a lot of work. And just down the line, I mean, you can go position group by position group, but we're really excited about the guys that were here, and just want to thank those guys for the work that they've done. And it's not easy to get on the same page about some of these things. We feel strongly about a lot of these players, and that's the secret sauce about being able to scrimmage things out and have alignment when it comes to who's going to join our football team. So just really appreciate all the work that went into it. So, but it was a great camp, and really excited about the draft picks, undrafted guys. We got a lot of work to do, but this is a really important first step in these guys understanding how we operate here, how we practice, the initial schemes that they're going to be learning, and in that matter, I think was really successful. So excited to get him back next week.
You had a chance to watch Jalen at the Senior Bowl, and he's told us how he's been working with his mechanic stuff with his quarterback coach. These first 2 days here, how have you seen any progression in what he looks like in that regard compared to what you saw in Mobile?
Well, one thing that you don't have a feel for Jalen, watching tape or even watching him in practice, is just the spirit he has from play to play. He's got great energy, great competitive energy about trying to get it right. Great command of the huddle. Really takes pride in the operation. And then all these fundamental things that we're going to be building on from the ground up. He's just got a great attitude about it. The coaches are doing a great job coaching him every play, and it goes for all our guys, but him especially. So, if you have that attitude, especially at the quarterback position, everybody else tends to fall in line, and in that regard, it was really really fun to be around.
What did you see up front from both seeing Coach Patton work with these guys for the first couple of times, and you got 3 draft picks up there, so seeing them kind of work and get them.
Yeah, it was a great group overall. Really excited about our draft picks. Hard to tell, give it a fair evaluation right now, but you can see the skill set, see the movement, see the things we've seen on tape, see the attitude. We'll work the finish and all the stuff when that becomes time, but a really good first step with those guys. But it's fun to see it come to life.
Michael, what do you like philosophically about having a true fullback and kind of having that part of your offense?
It's a great question. It's a good softball. I just think, we want to be a physical unit, and there's not a lot of true fullbacks in the league right now, and hopefully they're making a comeback. But we got a couple on our roster right now that I'm really excited about. And, it allows you to get into 2-back sets. And, you can break the formation. You can try to dictate some terms to the defense and regulate them certain ways. And some of the schemes that you're able to do with, 2 backs are definitely different than a 1-back operation. So I think it diversifies you to a certain extent, and also lets you play a level of physicality that we're hunting up.
I heard you talk to the defense a couple of times. Well done. What did you see from them?
Yeah, I think right now we're looking for the intent, the communication coming out of the huddle, putting it all together, all 3 levels. I mean, these guys are coming from all different areas, different experience levels, hearing different language, so to be able to put it together here in day 2 and play with great technique and great eyes and communication. And we're not exactly splitting atoms with the schematics that we're asking them to do right now, but showed progress and was just exciting to see it come together there towards the end.
How do you evaluate a position like nose tackle of 2 days of non-padded practices?
Yeah, there's some in the 11-on-11 stuff, but it's tough with the tempos that we're asking the guys to operate at. But a lot of it's going to come from the individual work, seeing them move, how they do the drills, taking it to the field, how they work hand placement, how they're getting out of their stance, how they're playing the blocks. Physicality, it's a little tough right now, but that's the stuff that we're looking at.
For you personally, what's different this year compared to last year?
Well, we tossed around having some different ideas about how to operate camp, or there's different ways to go about rookie camp. You can slow it down. You can make it more of an individual thing if you're trying to avoid injuries. All sorts of different ways to go about it. We had a lot of faith in the coaches and what we were trying how we're trying to operate. And at the end of the day, we felt like trying to get better at football by doing football was the way to go. So I thought our rookie camp last year we did a great job as well. I thought we got what we needed out of it, and so we built off of that.
Has anything slowed down for you though from last year? I would imagine everything was kind of moving
Yeah,
miles an hour.
Yeah, you could fill in the blank. Everything slows down. Again, when you're used to looking at things through a certain lens, and all of a sudden now you're looking at it through a different lens, the picture speeds up a little bit. So now you're staying through that new lens, and I think also through our staff we have alignment and what we're looking for, and guys have expectations about what's important to us as a team and what we're trying to get accomplished. So and we're not perfect by any means. There's notes that we're taking, and we're going to go kind of debrief here and watch the tape and learn from it and move on. So we're on our A game when the vets show up on Monday. So it's just a constant reevaluation process and trying to get better.
Can you clarify? There's a conversation after the draft about Jalen and comparing him to Taysom Hill, and you said he's just a quarterback. He's a quarterback trained quarterback. Does that mean that would preclude you guys from using him in special packages for specific scenarios, red zone, short yardage?
Yeah, I'd love to clarify it. Look, I think what I was trying to say at the time was we respect the heck out of Taysom Hill. We've gone against him several times, and he's a gigantic pain in the butt and a great player in his own regard. But I think you have to go into these things. These are independent players with their own skill sets and own abilities, and we drafted Jalen to play exclusively quarterback. I think what makes Taysom such a great weapon is that you have to account for him as a tight end and a fullback body when he's not playing quarterback, where we're not going to be using Jalen in that matter. So when he's in there, he's going to be playing quarterback for us. But I think the way that we want to operate with Jalen is if and when he earns opportunities to be on the field, we'll do the things that he does really well. Same as when Sam's taking snaps for us, we're building it around his skill set and the things that he does. And if you're not doing that as an organization and a football team, I think you're doing it the wrong way. So same thing with Drew. But it's going to start with the quarterback, and then kind of everything falls in place from there.
Elisha seems like a pretty good athlete to see out on the field. What's it kind of like seeing him for the first couple days in front of you out here and kind of getting to see it in person?
Yeah, he did a great job. Great to have him in person. He's got a great attitude, great spirit about him. Practices hard. Does a great job of taking what does a great job of taking what we're trying to teach him, fundamentally, and then taking that to his position. So off to a great start.
Jalen said that you mentioned that you had interest in doing VR, virtual reality training to work on progression stuff. How do you see that helping a young quarterback, especially when the veterans get here? Maybe the reps are going to be more limited for him on the practice field.
Yeah, sure. We're kind of in the exploratory mode right now on that and how that's going to come to life. So we're in the beginning stages of that project, but that's the intent right now is to kind of go down that road and see how it can help all of our quarterbacks and even other positions too. I mean, running back protections, punt protection. Maybe there is no end in sight with the possibility. So that's exciting. But for Jalen and another quarterback specifically, you're only going to get so many full speed reps out there. How do you change tempos? How do you do things like that where you can be creative, where you can get these really great cheap reps, and you can stack those on top of each other. So when he does get his opportunities in practice, you can make the most of them. And seems like it's all positive all the way around.
Nick Heeman worried, just kind of initial impression of him these last couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, you see the movement skills, you see all the things you saw on tape. Different language for him, but he's got great intent. I think he wants to be great, which is a fun characteristic to work with. And great start. But he'll be the first to tell you, like all of our guys have. You see it, and you're like, oh, this is awesome. But hey, now we gotta go. We gotta detail it up. We gotta get our angles right, eyes. I mean, there's a lot of fundamentals that we'll be working on when he comes back, and it's gonna be fun to work with him.
When do you expect to see Torrey Horton taking some football reps, and kind of what's the ramp-up process for him?
Yeah, timetable right now, I mean, I wouldn't say it's anything major, but when he comes back, he should be close to, full go, but we'll see how that, kind of comes about. But I think we're just being precautious right now.
What kind of role do you expect for him? Is he X, flank? Like, where in the receiver room is he going to be?
Well, he's going it is the first part, and I'm excited about his punt return ability as well, possible gunner, and then in the receiver room, I mean, the guy's got legitimate speed, so be able to take the top off if he's able to do that. But I think I think in this system you got to be able to run all the routes too. So I think he has that ability on some of the intermediate stuff, and it'll be interesting to see who kind of comes out of the pack on the catch and run, perimeter screen game. And he's right in the mix on that competition as well.
Why did you want to see Plumlee and Jamie Sheriff out here this weekend?
Well, because of the rules, we had an opportunity to get him out, and just felt like these were going to be great reps for them to take advantage of. Jamie, we're looking at moving his position to off the ball backer and Sam just for some more position flexibility. So it's something that he hasn't really had a lot of reps doing. So it felt like it was a great opportunity for him to, see those more live and in color before we got to OTAs, and Mason and Plumlee, excuse me, he just just more reps at receiver, just kind of be a part of it, and felt like it was a great opportunity for him.
Sounds like you're bringing Hankins back. Does that kind of fill a pretty big void for you there?
Yeah, this he's a heck of a player. We're excited to get him back. I wouldn't say it was just a major void because we have guys that can play in the A gap, but. Yeah, I think when you watched the tape last year, he played some pretty dang good football for us. So excited to get it back. Him and D-Law teaming up again.
Sorry, with the makeup of your offensive staff, how beneficial is it to have guys like under Clint, Rick Dennison and John Benton, guys that he really knows and really trusts to work with?
Yeah, it's really important, especially just in this system. I've been on teams before that have run a version of this system, specifically Clint's dad. With some of the same guys, like Rico was on that staff, and the connection and the detail and just like the shared understanding about what's expected with the timing and the angles and all that type of stuff, it was able to get off the ground, and so you can feel it out there, you can feel it in the rooms. The guys have an understanding about what's expected on any given play and all the concepts. So I'm the one playing catch up right now, fortunately speaking.
You talked about special projects that you and the coaches are taking on this off season.
Yep.
Are those now come to fruition, and you go into these time with the players
Yeah.
and talk through that stuff?
Yeah, I think part of it's self-scout about what you felt like you did well, giving the guys the feedback now when they're back in. But you don't want to take away from, hey, we're going to a new chapter, we got to rebuild it. Some of it's in the systems that we're building and how we incorporate rules, things of that nature, and then really just on understanding where the league's going and how you tailor how you build stuff and how you're teaching it. And then when the schedule comes out, we'll look at looking towards how we want to get ready for the season.
Any of the undrafted guys stand out to you?
A lot of the guys did. I'll tell you what, it's a great group overall. We can go down line item by line item, but I think we did a great job this year identifying skill sets that we wanted, and without going person by person. But we're really excited about those guys.
What do you like about? I'll give you one. Jackson. What do you like about him?
I'm just going to leave that under wraps right now as we go through the off season.
On that note, anything else?
Thanks,
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.